Greetings and salutations everyone, Crimson Hero here, and welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. In the last episode, we started the story for Hero Side, and we have gone through a lot of content, including mistaken identity, and even half the moon getting destroyed. In this episode, we're going to further on our adventures throughout the story, and try to stop Dr. Eggman from doing any more devastation when it comes to this gigantic cannon in the sky even.
Find a way out of here. Find Eggman.
Got it! The three of you. That means me too. Hey, right!
I'm pretty sure at this point, Dr. Eggman is the bigger criminal out of all of us. I mean, Sonic may have busted out of jail, yes. Tails may have assisted in that breakout, yes. Amy might have done the exact same thing, and technically they are still running from the police. But I'm pretty sure the man who just blew up half the moon is definitely the bigger threat here. But yes, this is our, wow, this is only the second level with Tails. This is Mission Street. This is a pretty nice stage. It is actually possible to get on that highway platform above, but I wanted to get down here to grab this, the booster. Basically, it allows you to hover in the air if you hold down the A button, like that. It's very important to get that power up for not only this stage, but some of the stages in the future, especially the last one of Tails' mission, where hovering is basically a necessity. Really, I can't even think of a way you could actually beat that level unless you had hover. I like having hover on me because it allows me to correct myself in the air and allows me to correct my jumps. So it's definitely a great power up to have, and technically I believe it's actually required to actually beat the story. Man, we sure are doing a lot of running away from the military and the police. Just gonna use this rocket here to clear the path. And let's go! Considering that a lot of these giant pillars are falling, it's important that you watch where you're going just so that you don't get smushed by them, because if you do, you will lose rings. Speaking of rings, this is something I did not actually bring up in part 1. Considering that Tails and Eggman have the exact same play style, this is actually very important. Now, collecting rings is essential to playing a Sonic game, of course, but with Sonic with Tails and Eggman, it's actually different this time around. Instead of having a ring count, like Knuckles and Tails have, like Knuckles and Sonic have. Let me restart that. Basically, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see that Tails actually has a health bar and not actually a ring count. The ring count is still up in the top left, yes, and if you get hit, you will lose your rings, but by collecting rings, you actually refill the health on the life bar at the bottom of the screen. No. Ah, shoot. Oh well. Guess I gotta redo that part. Oh well. But yeah, collecting rings will help you recover some of your health. If you look at the little tiny pellets above the light blue bar, every time you collect a ring, one of those little lights will actually light up bright yellow. When the bar completely fills up with bright yellow, which I believe is collecting 10 rings, if I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 10. If you collect 10 rings, you'll actually recover a little bit of your health bar, which is very nice. So even if you have 0 rings and you get hit, you won't technically die, so don't worry about that. As long as you either A, don't fall in any sort of pit, or B, don't let your health reach 0, you'll stay alive. Don't worry about it. Just Gonna take this part carefully. Also, I have to say, those jets that just fly by and skybomb you, those things are pretty accurate, actually. They have hit me every single time, pretty much. I never remembered them being that big of an issue, but I guess this time around they just want revenge for all these years I've been playing this game. They just decided, you know what, this kid, we're gonna get him. We're gonna let him have it this time around on the one playthrough that actually matters. Gee, thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm not gonna be getting anywhere near an A rank, but probably about a C or so, I would assume. Eh. Yeah, the look's about to be a C. Yeah, 22,000. Yeah, C rank.
That was easy.
Eh, still respectable. Middle ground, pretty good. Alrighty, and we're just about halfway done with the hero side story, in terms of number of stages. Meanwhile, in Aquatic Mine, we get to play as Knuckles again, and find 3 more pieces of the Master Emerald.
I didn't expect the inside of the mines to be like this. This is gonna be tougher than I thought.
Alright. So, like in the last level, there's actually a power-up in this level as well that is very, very highly necessary to beat the story. I'm going to do a little bit of emerald searching first, and then I'm going to actually get the power-up right before I get the 3rd and final emerald shard. Now, in this stage, there are 3 different switches, all of them controlling the level at which the water rises or lowers. The one up top that I hit, that is the one that allows the water to sink down to the absolute bottom. That means most areas will be accessible, and actually all areas will be accessible, I believe, and most areas will be completely free of water. However, the one power-up that's in this stage is in an area that requires you to do some swimming. Knuckles and the Batgirl can both swim very well, I might add. Unlike Sonic, who unfortunately can't swim. But yeah, Knuckles and the Batgirl can really swim very well. And this stage is definitely a testament to that, because A, there's water everywhere, and B, to even get the power-up, you're gonna actually start to hear a little bit of the jingle of you're losing air, get an air bubble now, or else you will lose a life. So that just tells you exactly how, not really difficult, but how much swimming you'll have to do to get the power-up. Alright, let's go down here. Wait a minute, ghost just comes out of nowhere. Wait a minute. Ow! Darn it. Let's see. Okay, everything's just trying to kill me now, great. Okay, the emerald is down here. I have a general idea of where it is. It's in this room, I know that, but this is not where I want to be right now. Okay, so it's right underneath those skulls, I think. Just need to do a little bit digging around that area. But the area I want to go is actually at a similar sector to where I am right now. It's one of these giant kind of falls that say caution on it. I believe it's down towards the... There it is. Yeah, the one that says caution and has the 2 ghosts on the side. And down here, let's do a little bit of swimming. And you will definitely be able to tell that Knuckles can actually hold his breath for a pretty darn long time. And it's actually really impressive. I can't hold my breath for this long. I mean, well, first off, I'm doing commentary at the moment. But second of all, even if I wanted to hold my breath this... Okay, now we're hearing the jingle. Gotta get up to the surface. Okay, good. But yeah, even if I wanted to hold my breath for that long, it wouldn't happen. But yes, we get the oh so very important air necklace. This allows Knuckles to breathe underwater forever. It may not seem important right now, but trust me, later on in the story, that power-up is going to be so helpful and invaluable, and it will help us beat the game, and it's just amazing. So yes, don't forget, if you ever want to beat this game, which, I mean, obviously you're committing time into this, you obviously want to see the ending of the game, make sure you get the air necklace. If you take any information from me at all, ever, well, about Sonic Adventure 2, is get the air necklace. I've said it enough. I'll stop saying it now, but yes, air necklace, necessity, important. Get it, good, got it, sweet. And let's finish up the level. Right about there.
I found him.
Sweetness. About a little bit more than 4 minutes. That's actually pretty good. Would have if I didn't have to collect the air necklace, that would have been a lot faster.
Yeah, I feel good.
Wow, a B rank. Sweet. All right. 8 emblems. That means we are now officially halfway through with the hero side story in terms of number of levels. Obviously, there's cutscenes and bosses to take on, but
There always seems to be a lot of police around.
we're halfway done.
Need 'em. Tails, any news yet?
For some reason, I'm not getting a signal from the 6 remaining Chaos Emeralds. Maybe Eggman took the emeralds into outer space.
Outer space?
Well, that would make sense.
Knuckles!
Hey guys, long time no see. I must have got lost in the mines. Looking for the Master Emerald pieces was tougher than I thought it would be. Where are we anyway? Hey, where are you going?
Move aside, Knuckles!
I managed to find the transcripts between Eggman and the President in the government computer. I'm following the President's limo right now.
I think that's illegal, Tails.
If we get into the limo, we can trace the call to find Eggman.
Okay, let's meet up there.
The reason why
Hey, wait for me, Tails!
The reason why I said that's illegal is because technically, if you really think about it, Tails just hacked into the government's computer mainframe.
President must be over
That's
there.
pretty darn important. I mean, he just gained information about the president having a Skype call with Dr. Eggman. That's pretty darn important stuff. You know, I mean, the president of the United States. I'm gonna just say that this is the United States in this game, considering, well, I mean, I think the president of this game was based off Bill Clinton, so don't necessarily take my word for it. Speaking of interesting information about presidents and Sonic characters, did you know that Dr. Eggman was actually based off of Teddy Roosevelt? That's pretty darn cool. Okay, either Teddy Roosevelt or Theodore Roosevelt, one of the two. The older one, the one that did like all the really cool like martial arts stuff and like hunted bears and stuff like that. The really cool one, yeah. Anyways, that's just a little bit of information that you may or may not have already known about Dr. Eggman. But yes, as you can see, we're not actually playing a traditional Tails level here. We're playing a kart game? We're driving around in a car? Okay. Well, let's see. So, yes, it's pretty much, it controls just about the same as every other sort of driving game. Press A to accelerate and B to slow down and reverse. If you collect enough rings, you can actually press the Y button and boost.
Vice President?
Almost, Sonic. Just a few more minutes.
Now, when it comes to this game, obviously, we're going to get a certain number of emblems once we beat all the stories, both Hero and Dark. But there are a lot more emblems. If you actually noticed in the first episode of this Let's Play, you will have noticed that when I was accessing the memory card in which I wanted to start a new file, I actually took a quick look at my save file that I've had since I was a child, and it said that I was really close to having all of the emblems. There are actually a grand total of 180 different emblems in this game. Some of them Some of them are from the Chow Garden, some of them are for beating the story, some of them are for beating the boss rush, some of them are for playing the kart on this kart racing game, and each level actually has 5 different missions. This level and its sister level, the one that the Batgirl gets to do later on, those actually have some of the hardest missions in the entire game, especially if you want to A rank them, such as don't hit any walls, don't hit any other cars, make it under a certain time limit. I mean, this may look like a pretty decent time, but it's only a C rank. This level can actually be kind of hard to actually A rank on, and I will be the first to admit it. I actually had a little bit of trouble the first few times I attempted it, but eventually I did get it, and really, I don't actually know the reason why I don't have all the emblems in my original file. Maybe I'll work on that during this LP. Maybe I'll just go back and play through different levels and just get A ranks.
3 hours ago, the country is in turmoil. Our financial communities are impacted, and our satellite communications are down. An emergency meeting has been called. Mr. President, this is a national crisis.
Spare me the details. Exactly just what is it that you want? Dr. Eggman.
Well, let's just get down to business then, shall we, Mr. President? I won't bore you with all the details since I know you are a very busy man. Mr. President, my demands are quite simple. Surrender to the Eggman Empire and make no attempts to resist. Otherwise, your country will cease to exist. You have 24 hours to give me your answer.
No way!
What the?
Hey guys, just your friendly neighborhood Sonic the Hedgehog here.
Sonic,
Eggman Empire. Yeah, right.
What the heck's going on here?
Don't worry,
no.
Mr. President.
What did you
Everything's
do?
under control. Just leave it to us. Got it, Tails?
I got it! He's transmitting from the space colony Ark.
Okay, let's move it.
Wait up, Sonic!
Hey, you, wait!
Mr. President, we're receiving an incoming signal from our agent.
Inside that pyramid?
I saw Eggman go inside the pyramid. And more importantly, I saw that Batgirl go inside with him as well.
Knuckles, we have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Should be able to get into outer space from there. I don't know what this space colony is all about, but I'll find and destroy that camp, and then kick their imperial butt.
All right.
I'll go and find the entrance.
Man, this is the third thing that we've played as Tails in this part, actually. Well, hope you like having your fill of Tails, because, yeah, we're getting to play with him a lot. Now, very important thing. So, you know how I said that getting the booster was very important? This is a stage that kind of goes hand in hand with that. Not only does the hover allow you to slow your descent, but also it allows you to correct some of your jumps. This is very important in this stage in particular, because if you drop into the sand, you will sink and lose a life. It's because the mech is just way too heavy to actually lift up out of it. So even if you try like hovering, you still won't be able to jump out. Just some extra areas, nothing really important. I was mainly just trying to find the power up in this stage, but I believe I don't actually think I'm able to get it quite yet. I'll have to come back and get it later then. I think I need a certain power up that I get later on in the game, and then I'll have to come back here. So that'll be for the bonus episode before we take on the finale. If you lock onto all these little spinning poles that are just around, if you chain a really good combo, you will be able to gain a lot of extra points that way. Also, really cool thing. So, I've mentioned that there are 2 ways of raising your Chow. That you can either give them animals, or you can give them an item called the Chaos Drives. Chaos Drives can be found in different government robots, such as the ones that we've been fighting up till now. However, to find animals, they're either A, scattered around the level, or B, you have to play levels that have Dr. Eggman's minions in them, such as these different monkeys that we're destroying. Eggman is still up to his old ways of using little forest creatures to power his machines, which is not cool because that's not proper animal treatment. Well, that was weird. But yes, we are going to help the little aminals, and we are also going to stop Eggman in whatever he's doing, trying to take over the world. Of course! Yes. I mean, seriously, like, what else would an evil genius be trying to do? You tell me. I like how Eggman has such a great big ego that he's just recreated all this like Middle Eastern and Egyptian like paintings and statues and stuff in his own image. Like even the crates have his face on it. I understand that we are basically in the middle of Eggman's base, but still, I just find that really funny. I just like myself way too much to not do it. I'm just going to put my face on everything, and then everything will become even better. I don't quite think it works that way. But hey, I mean, if it works for Dr. Eggman, then that's okay. Considering he's the only guy who can actually get away with it. So, haha. Sometimes when I'm in this stage and I'm just kind of hanging from these little pulleys, I just like to spin around a whole lot and just make sure that I'm targeting everything in the area. But here we are in the goal.
I did it!
Awesome. Whoa!
Sonic?
Oh my goodness! Look! I got an A rank! Oh yeah! Woohoo! That's awesome! That's really awesome! Awesome! I'm sorry, but that was completely unexpected, but I am really happy about this. And now we get to play as Sonic again in Pyramid Cave. Now, as a child, I really loved this stage. I still like it now, because ancient Egyptian culture was one of my favorite things to learn about as a child. If there are 3 things that I have always liked ever since I was a kid, were ancient Egypt, space, and the ocean. Yet, I'm not studying to become like any sort of art historian or marine biologist or even someone who works at NASA. I'm studying in school to actually become a video game design major. Some people will say, hey, that's actually really darn cool. Other people will say, well, then why are you doing Let's Plays? Hey, part of it is to actually just revisit some old games, see what works and what doesn't, explore different parts of game design, and just, in general, just have a fun time with it. I just enjoy replaying old games from my childhood that I really like, or even experiencing games that I never had the chance to experience when I was a kid. Also, I really like hearing other people's experiences with games that they like as well. It's kind of like little water cooler conversations and such. Just because that one person has one opinion on one game doesn't mean that other people don't have the same opinion. But yeah. So, as you probably saw before, there are these items, these little keys that you have to grab and then use to unlock the door. Obviously, I'm carrying one right now, and this is a little bit harder to get than the first one, but I'm able to do it pretty easily. I mean, I haven't gotten hit, and here we are, so did that pretty darn smoothly. Also, I didn't go over this before because I was going on about my own personal things, but if you hit those hourglasses, you'll actually open up the doors. And if the hourglass runs out of sand, the door will close. Everything in this stage is on a timer. And this ghost... Oh my goodness, I just homing attacked into another ghost, and they just really want to stop me from getting to my destination. But luckily, I'm A-okay. If you get stuck on any of these doors, there are little grind rails on the side that you can use to actually get further on into the stage to where I am right now. We should be getting towards the end here. Just a little bit more. I think this will be the last stage that I'll do for this video. I mean, we've gotten a good amount of stuff done. I mean, the first episode was about, like, what, 35 minutes or so? 36? Yeah, and then this episode, I'd say it'll be probably about 25, 26, 27 minutes. But yeah, here we are at the end of the stage, and yeah, that'll be it for this part. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I'm Crimson Nero. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, everyone, fare thee well.
Just made it.